We're back. A new show premieres tonight on the Discovery Channel that's bound to make you think twice about just how safe your home is. It shows you exactly how easy it is to break into a house and what you can do about it. The concept's pretty simple. They rig a house with a lot of hidden cameras, and then one of the show's hosts, an ex-burglar, breaks into the house while you sit with the other host, also a former thief, and watch how easy it is for someone to come in and rob you in a matter of minutes.
My heart's gonna jump out of my chest. I'm feeling very violated right now.
Dude, he's destroying our freaking house.
Wow.
Well, after they show you how vulnerable you are, they offer some tips on making your home safer. Then they try to rob the house again. As I mentioned, the hosts of the show are experts on crime. They are two retired burglars, John Douglas Rainey and Matt Johnston. Join me now. Gentlemen, thanks a lot.
Dan, thank you for having us.
Thanks for having
All
us
right,
so much.
John, explain to me what happened. So you go and you saw the video there, you rob the house, and then what? The show pays for a new security system, and the other one of you comes in and tries to do it again?
Well, what happens is after I rob them, I return their stuff, and then we have a moment where they get to tell me how much it affected them to actually watch what happens when you really get robbed. Then I leave. My co-host, Matt, then does a security renovation for them, and then I promise to return a week or two later, and we see if they're using the technology that we gave them, and to see if they changed their patterns.
And so then, Matt, what do you do? And then afterwards, you give people tips on what they can do to prevent it from happening?
Right. Well, basically the whole lead into the show is what thieves really look for, how they target their victims. And these are also tips in what not to do and how to not be a victim. And then so through that series of events, we get to John actually taking advantage of these weak points and robbing the home. And then after that, I do a cool makeover where I actually show people very simple and inexpensive ways, as well as some pretty high-tech gadgetry ways to keep their home safer.
Here's another piece of sound from the show.
The number one enemy of a thief is time. The longer it takes me to get in your room, the less likely I am to want to get in there.
John, are you guys real thieves, or were you guys like shoplifters? I mean, what are we talking about here?
We're a few steps up from shoplifters and quite a few steps down from hardcore criminals. Most of our crimes had to do with being very young, started in our late teens and spilled over to our very early 20s.
Like what kind of stuff? Were you convicted? Did you plead guilty?
A few convictions of some fun crimes, car theft, burglaries and things like that. Nothing that was so serious that it didn't enable me to get into the Coast Guard years afterwards, and nothing too shocking.
Matt, did you guys work together on this back then?
No, sir. We met each other for the first time in working at this job, but actually, as it works out, he's a great guy, and I really like spending time with him. He's a fantastic professional to work with. I really enjoy John's company.
Was this your guys' idea, or did they come to you and they said, what, did they go through criminal records and say, we got to find a couple of really good-looking former thieves?
No, actually, they were advertising for former thieves, and
really?
There was at least almost 1,000 people who applied for it, and we're just the fortunate ones who get to help people out by using our old expertise and helping them keep their homes safer.
I would have been nervous that it was one of those things where they'd send you something in the mail and they say, oh, come collect your free tickets to the game, and they get all the people, their outstanding warrants out there for them, and they get them to show up, and then they arrest them.
Well, believe us, Dan, we're still wondering if this is a big hoax on us.
I think it might be the biggest punked ever.
Yeah, exactly. All right, when does the show air?
It airs tonight at 10 p.m. on Discovery Channel.
Wednesdays at 10.
Gentlemen, good luck to you.
Thanks
for coming on the
program.
Thanks, Dan.